Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, Homestead in the Desert. And this is like the 23rd or something like that of May 2021. I'll put it in the title so you'll know. Anyway, I found that piece of foam I wanted without actually having to go to buying a kid's boogie board. And this will work out perfect. I'm going to put hot glue a plastic cone on here. Just one of those little kids' games cones with an opening in the top. So I can actually coil the wire up just by dropping it inside of there. So as the water goes down in the main water tank, this thing will go down and feed wire out. But if the current or the pump that's running causes it to move around in the tank, it won't pull wire out of the top. The wire will actually act as an anchor and keep it centered in the tank because it's got to come up through the cone, so it only works to pull straight up on it. If it goes to the side, it's going to jam and want to pull back. So that's my plan. I think it'll work. I'm going to give it a try. Here's the brand new bilge pump, and so that's for boat, caravan, RV, XR, and all that stuff. But I'll be putting that mounted on this, and I got to get some measurements so that the pump, when the pump extension, the amount of wire I have below it, when the pump hits the bottom of the tank, the wire that's going from the top of this thing up to where it anchors on the cover on the top of the tank will actually stop right there. It won't go down any lower. And that'll keep this thing from settling down at the bottom of the tank. Only the pump will be down there. So as the water gets out of the tank after that, if I don't have a refill by then this thing will be just dangling in midair. But that'll always keep the wire connections out of water. So I think it's going to work out pretty good. And we'll see how that goes down the line. All right. So let's head on outside because it was a pretty nice day today. Mild winds all day. Upper 70s for temperatures outside. Comfortable. The winds are starting to pick up a little bit now. They're medium. They're not really that strong, but they are medium. So anyway, I got some people coming this week because we're heading into Memorial Day weekend. I got some people coming and we're planning a little get-together. But I was opening up my barbecues and getting them ready so that I could have enough cooking space outside. And look what I found in this one. This one hasn't been used all year. So some critter has gotten up in there and started building a nest inside of this thing. Go figure. I'll have to figure out what the heck was in there and make sure that doesn't happen again. So anyway, the sky is clear. The moon is already out. Let's zoom in on that a little bit there. It's about a 3/4. So we're looking at a full moon within the next few days. Oh, there goes another Druggies water truck. And there's another one coming up right behind him. Oh, where is he? There he is, right there, center screen. Yeah, they're hauling about, I would say, no less than 100,000 gallons just in the daytime. And they run all night long because I hear them. So they're just in the daytime, and they're stealing water and running 100,000 gallons of water a day up this one road. And this one road does have a pretty good concentration of illegal pot growers, but this whole desert is full of them. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, that's one way across the road over there. Of course, I got one right here. And then if you look way out there in the desert, you'll see right where that white car is now, there's one past that. And then there's 5 of them right over there. And then there's another dozen of them over that way. And there's a bunch up on the hill. And some new ones just sprouted up. And according to the newsletter I just read, the sheriff is overwhelmed. They're popping up faster than it could shut them down. So some assemblywoman is trying to get an extra $10 million to tackle the problem out here, because it is a problem. I mean, it's not just the marijuana growing, and I don't think I'm just attacking that. It's the trash, the dirt, the broken bottles on the road, extra dust, damage to the dirt roads coming in here. So when we people that live here want to go out on the roads, it's like, just somebody just actually banging a hammer against your jaw and rattling your teeth together. The whole road is washboarded all the time, and the county can't keep up with maintaining it. It's just ridiculous. Trash everywhere, garbage everywhere. These guys driving these trucks throwing empty beer bottles out the window, and they don't care if it makes it to the side of the road. They land in the middle of the road. That's okay. They just drive on past. And the reason that guy's going so slow right now is because they got the road so torn up right now that you can't really drive fast on it. The car's going a little bit faster because, of course, there's nothing in there. It's just a car, and the shock absorbers on that thing are going to be worn out in no time. I just had to help my neighbor with their radiator. The radiator mounts on the top had worn out from bouncing on that road so bad, and the radiator bouncing back and forth was cracked all the way across the top. Well, they're going to pick up a new radiator, and I'm going to help them put it in. So anyway, plenty of power. You see the turbine up there. I know it looks like it's turning slow, but it's really not. That's only because of the difference of the speed of the camera at 60 frames per second, and the blades are going past that either fast than that. When it looks like it stops and reverses, that's only because it's doubling the speed of 60 frames per second. It's not really reversing. So anyway, fired up the generator today, made sure that that's running okay. Loving my new aims. Really keeping things up to par. Getting up in the morning with 12.7 to 13 on the batteries in the morning now. And that's before the sun even gets up. So that's a good thing. So we're going to head down here, and I'm moving a little slow, and I'm jolting a little bit, so excuse that. Got a little bit of gout in my left heel, but that's okay. I'm going to have wine tonight, and those dark berry juices are really good for it. Yeah, I know. The alcohol's not. But the alcohol makes the dark berry juices taste better. All right, everybody. Yeah, I've been through this for a long time. I just live with it. So anyway, I was in here and checking everything today, and everything's looking good, especially, look at this. This is the Sharon apple that I added, and it looks like there's a little flower bud popping out right there already. This is the Fuji apple, and it looks like a bud is trying to pop out right there at the base. So I don't know. Might even see a couple apples on this pear tree this year. Both of the trees that those scions came off of, that I grafted onto this pear tree, were producing fruit. So it could be that I get a little bit, maybe just one apple on each one, but that's okay. Even if it's a small apple, that tells me that I've got something going for the next couple of years. So anyway, grapevine. Oh my gosh. Look at the grapevine. Look at those grapes up there. Oh my gosh. I got grapes. 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 I got grapes everywhere. Lots of grapes on this grapevine this year. Real happy. Look at it, even way down here I got grapes. Way down here I got grapes. Lots of grapes. I'm going to be really happy with my grapes this year. And that grapevine over there, that one is almost as tall as the pole now. I have to tie it off one more time. And then I got a wire going up to lead it up to the trellis. So it'll go over the top of the trellis. And I'll be pruning that pear tree down a little bit because I want to dwarf my trees inside of here. I don't want them pressing up against the top and just filling a canopy in here. I just want to get some fruit trees going. So I've got a lot of grafts on that tree that look like they've taken, and I don't really need all those leaves, but it's feeding the tree right now, so I'm going to let it stay, and then I'll cut those extra branches back, and I'll add more grafts to it as needed. But yeah, everything's going good here, just really looking good. Tomato plants are up, looking nice and green. Yep, all my little tomato plants over there are all popping up real well. Peaches, they're all walnut to golf ball size now. So yeah, I'm going to have peaches this year. This poor mandarin tangerine, it just took so many hits through the past winters. So this year, before winter, I'm going to be building a drop-in box that goes on here with glass sides on it. So I can actually put heated bottles of water through the day, like I've got them in there right now. I'll have them going all the way around the tree to heat it and keep it warm all winter long. And still let the sunlight in. Spinach looking really good. I plucked a bunch of that off and had a salad. You can see the plant over there has got 2 leaves left on it. But just loving that. This little peach tree is doing its best to produce peaches, but it just doesn't have enough bulk to the tree yet for the energy needed for all the peaches it's got on it. But one of those peaches falls into the soil and it produces another peach tree, just like that little one down there. So I can have a whole peach tree orchard out here just in peaches that are dropping off of this tree alone. Well, this tree's young. It's not that old yet, but it's producing fruit, and that's a good thing. I'll probably pluck some of these off of there so that it sends the energy to the others, and I may only get 1 or maybe 2 peaches off this whole tree for the year. But that's okay, because as long as I know that it's producing, next year it'll do better, the year after it'll do better, so forth and so on. Peppers are doing great over there. They took a little beating from the winds that have been blowing, but they'll come back. I've got some new flowers on them. I've got peppers set on some of them. My broccoli plant is kicking back to life. My 2 cabbage plants here getting ready to form heads, as you can see it down there in the center. That'll do good. Fig tree looking well. The other little fruit trees doing well. My aloe vera is coming back and gone to seed. So I'll probably be getting some more little baby aloe veras out of that. Gotta find a place to put all this stuff. Sure wish lumber wasn't so expensive so I could extend this garden house out and get a bunch more plants growing. Catnip going wild. I'm gonna have to clean this out because it's taking away energy from my tangerine tree. I'll have to get that working out. This poor apple tree took a beating in the heat inside of there. I'm trying to nurse it back to health. That one over there survived. It's doing well. It's got some fresh buds on it. So we'll see how we do with all of that stuff. Inside the greenhouse, everything that's still in there looks like it's making it. I did water everything early this morning before the sun got hot. And the water, the soil down below about an inch down is soaking wet. So the top of the soil is just acting as a mulch right now and preventing dry out. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Just wanted to keep you guys caught up and keep the contest going. Did I forget to show any dice in this video? Oh well, next time. G-Bear reminding you, give me a thumbs up down there and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for joining me.